microphone, Chad.
I noticed that when I did it. I hit the wrong one.
Cookies, we call it the BS's, large people we call them cushies. We don't speak ill of the dead. We hope you won't be offended by the things that are said. Playing devil's advocate, and no one here to judge you. Especially true thoughts, you will swear I love you. Everybody's listening, nobody's tripping. This life's too crazy, everybody's living. This life's so crazy. Run and tell your friends you on the right side. There's no need to pretend. It's an open forum, never done before. It's a future, listen, this is a no cousin. You can learn something, no bugging. No extra charge to switch for me buzzing. We don't really care if you're right or you're wrong. Just tune into Miss Kiki with your assignment home.
Hey, Miss Kiki, it's not too late. It's not too late. Devil never gets you straight. Hey, Miss Kiki, it's PDA. It's not too late. Devil never.
And we go a little something like this. Hit it!
At some point, you will be offended by something said on this show. But playing devil's advocate is meant to be a forum for open, honest, and more importantly, judgment-free dialogue. The opinions expressed here may not necessarily be those of the host or of the show in general, but we're willing to have the uncomfortable conversations so that we can heal and find solutions for our listeners and quite possibly even ourselves. Enjoy the show.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Playing Devil's Advocate. I am your host, Miss Kiki, the consummate provocateur, and for the next 120 minutes, we are going to edutain you. That means for the next 2 hours, you are going to be educated and entertained. We have an interestingly fun show lined up for you guys tonight, and I can't wait to get into it. So before we do any of that, let me take care of a little bit of the housekeeping, okay? So if this is your first time watching us, we are here each and every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central, and 10 p.m. to you guys on the East Coast. If you miss any of the live broadcasts, you can always stay right here on our YouTube channel and watch any of our archive shows, comment and share it, and come on over to our Facebook page because we are a fully interactive show when we're live and when we're not. So since we're live, let me tell you how you can be a part of the show. If you're watching us, we have an interactive chat room where you can be a part of our conversation, and we also are looking at our Facebook and checking it. So if you post our Facebook wall at facebook.com/playing devil's advocate, we'll get your comment on air. Additionally, if you send us a tweet at PDA_Miss Kiki, we will get your tweet on air at some point. Now, I'm not going to say what time, I'm not going to say when, but I'm just saying when it comes time, we'll get your comment on air. Dig it, dig it. Also, when you get a moment, excuse me, I'm losing my damn mind. Get a moment, take a step, go over to KiKiRichardson.com and check out our guests, our hosts, our experts. I'm just getting over a cold, and I'm under the influence, so please forgive me. And while you're there on KiKiRichardson.com, you can always purchase a copy of my book, The Other Woman Code of Conduct, What Every Other Woman Should Know, and Men Too. You can also listen to any of our archive shows before we started doing this video stream, and it was all audio. Trust me, I go back and I listen to them, and I am like laughing hysterically at some of those shows. So again, KiKiRichardson.com. You can buy my book, listen to the old shows, find out about our crew, purchase merchandise right there. All right. So now, without any further ado, I think it's time that I bring on my cast of characters that's gonna ride shotgun with me this week. We got a new crew, not because we replaced the old crew. It's just the old crew got so much other stuff. I don't even want to tell you about it, but I'm going to go ahead and bring her in. Our guest hosted on her show last night, Soul Elixir, with Michael Bass McCary, Tamika Scott, and none other. She's been here before on our, what was it? Our Black Music Month, when we did girl group versus guy group, and we had the cast of Soul Elixir with us. Ladies and gentlemen, the producer, the writer, the author, the other mastermind behind her empire. Help me in welcoming my girl, Miss Mo Ela. Mo! Yay, Mo!
What up? What up? How y'all doing out there?
I'm good.
I'm ready to get this show rocking and rolling.
Me too. Me too.
And thank you for the introduction. I'm a little overwhelmed.
Hey man, this is your life, okay? I don't make this stuff up. It's you.
I was a little overwhelmed, but I thank you. I thank you.
All right. Well,
I pay homage to you.
Oh no, and right back at you. Right back at you. We had so much fun on your show last night. It was insane. All I can say, guys, if you haven't had a chance to check out Soul Elixir on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time, you are missing some fun. Go check them out. Last night, I'll just say our takeaway from last night was what? Hashtag keep your eyes on your own paper.
Yes. Yes.
Listen, speaking of keeping our eyes on our own paper, this paper over here says that tonight's topic is, damn, it's just sex. So I know Mo gets a little, rosy cheeked when we start talking about sex. So we gonna let her get her little uncomfortable giggle because last night she put me on the spot and was giggling while I was doing my thing. So let's just see what she does tonight, right? So so many people, talk about making love and having sex, and sometimes people are like, is there really a difference? And so we're going to explore that idea. We're going to talk about some scenarios where we're going to break down for you if it's just sex or if it's more than sex, so that people are not confused going into it. Like, it's just sex. Damn, like, don't get it twisted. Don't get don't get all she-motional or he-motional, because it's just sex, right? And I think people put a little too much emphasis on the actual act of sex, and I'll just, put my little 2 cents out here, and you can just, tell me what you think. But sex is just an act. It's a natural act that nobody had to teach you about, right? Now, somebody might have had to teach you how to be good at it, right? Like techniques and stuff like that. But that is something that came natural to you. Nobody had to tell you about it, nothing. You knew exactly what hole to put what in, and all, all of that stuff came together on your own, right? So I think, as human beings, or in this Western culture, we have put so much emphasis on the romanticizing of sex. It's the whole fairy tale. Oh, we teach our girls, you want to save it, and you want to make sure it's special, and it did this. And it's like, then we're let down the first time, right? We had this expectation that it's supposed to be fireworks. I don't know if I'm telling my age, but there used to be this little show that had these vignettes. It was called Love American Style.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes. Yes, you are. You're telling it, and I'm telling it right along with you, because I'm seeing.
they had these little vignettes called Love American Style, and they would come on in between like shows or whatever, and it was always some love thing, and then it was always some fireworks and always
firecrackers, fireworks. Yes.
And it's like that is so not what it's all about, you know.
Do you remember how it went? Love American Style. That's me and you. Remember that?
I do. But you telling your age for real, for real. You remember the jingle.
I sure do. I mean, that was our television back then. So.
But I think we've over romanticized the whole idea about sex, because sex, if you go just by the definition, and Rocky is coming in and out, I'm sure he's gonna join us in just a minute because we need some testosterone too. But sex is just the physical activity when people touch each other's bodies, they kiss each other, so on and so forth, or it is defined as the physical activity that is related to and often includes sexual intercourse. Right. So it's none of that definition say anything about fireworks. None of that definition say, oh, with somebody special. None of that definition says you need to wait to this particular time in your life. None of that is on that definition. So I don't understand why we make such a big deal out of sex. Any idea, Mo? I lost your camera.
You did? You can't see me?
No, but it's okay. I can hear you.
Okay. Well, wait a minute. Let me see where I'm at. Wait a minute. Where am I? Why can't you see me? But I would say it's the hype of it all. It's the hype. Are you hyped about sex? Are you excited about it?
I'm always excited about sex. Was that a rhetorical question?
Yeah, I mean, why are you excited about sex?
I'm always excited about sex. Sex is good.
Is it just sex?
What do you mean?
I'm just saying, is it just sex or is it just the act of doing it?
It's all of it. It's the act of doing it. It's the sounds. It's the smells. It's the textures. It's everything about it.
Okay. All right.
It's about the change in the breathing patterns. It's about all of that.
Some of us wouldn't know that.
Why? They virgins?
Huh? Yeah.
Some of us are virgins.
Some people are born again virgins. Some people, you know.
Ain't no such thing as no damn born again virgin.
Yes, it is.
No, it ain't.
Yes.
Once you lose it, you lost it.
No, that's why it's called born again.
No.
It's called born again. No. Yes.
That's monkey ball BS.
No, because when you turn yourself over, just put it this way. When you think about born again virgins, you think about someone who has completely said, you know what, either I'm going to turn my life around and I'm not, I mean, I know you did it before, but maybe they've never been married before. And they say, you know what, I'm not going to have sex before marriage this time. I'm going to save myself for this particular man. No matter what happened before, we're going to wash that. I'm going to cleanse myself of that.
Just erase it though. It happens. You can't just be like, you know what? I've been fucking for 20 years. Now, nope. That don't count.
But you know what? Did you know? I mean, since this is a sex expert show, we're talking about sex, that after a certain amount of time, your body changes. So if you haven't done it past a certain amount of time, what you thought it was is not anymore.
I do know your body changes. And I do know that it's not healthy for your body for you not to have sex. No. You are doing damage to your instrument when you don't use it.
How am I doing damage to my instrument?
It's a muscle. You need to use it.
You can.
You need to exercise that muscle.
You can. You do exercise. You don't have to necessarily do the act.
No. That's gonna take us down a whole nother rabbit hole, because that's the bullshit. You can't, once you lost your virginity, you've lost your virginity. Now you might be somebody who may not have been having sex, but the word virgin is no longer applicable.
It's this thing called the laser where it tightens you up. You can go have that done.
It's still not applicable. You're still not a virgin. That word is no longer. It's like, I'm gonna say this, and then we can kind of move it on. It's kind of, to me, when people who have been married and now are divorced are saying they're single. No, you're not single. You're divorced. You can no longer check the single box. You need to check the divorce box. You're no longer single. So once you done fucked, you're no longer a virgin. You cannot ever use that virgin afterwards.
Hold up.
What?
I consider myself, I am divorced, but I am single. I'm not with anyone. I don't have a boyfriend. I have friends. I'm single. I'm divorced, but I'm single. If I check the box,
I'm divorced, but I'm single.
I'm divorced. Divorce isn't.
Your husband dies, you're a widow.
Let me ask you a question. If I go out and a gentleman comes up to me, gentleman caller, telling my age, gentleman caller comes up to me and says, "Excuse me, are you single?" My response is going to be, "Yes, I am." I'm not going to say, "Oh, I'm divorced." No, I'm going to say, "I'm single. I'm not with anyone. I'm single."
Just because you choose to say that doesn't mean it's applicable.
Because I'm not going to say I'm divorced. I'm single. I'm considered single.
No, you're considered divorced. Okay, but you're unattached. Okay, that's fine. But still, you fucked, you ain't no virgin, born again, or otherwise. Unless you don't die and come back to life as somebody else and no sex, then you're born again virgin. Now, let's move on. For those of you guys who just may be joining us, this is Playing Devil's Advocate. I am your host, Miss KiKi, the consummate provocateur, and I am joined with my friend, Miss Monica Mo from Soul Elixir Radio, and my homeboy, the regular guy, Rocky Miller. One of these days he's gonna come back. I don't know why he playing peekaboo with us, but I need him to get his ass in here and join this damn conversation, and I need you to do the same. And you can do that by participating in our chat room, or you can send us a tweet at PDA_Miss KiKi, or you can post our Facebook wall at facebook.com/Playing Devil's Advocate. What up, Rocky Miller?
He said, "What's up?"
I hope that's what he said, because I can't hear a damn thing he's saying. Can you hear him?
No, I was reading his lips.
Yeah. He's muted. I don't know what's going on. I think Cousin Chad will get that.
You can see where it says he's muted, so maybe he doesn't know how to take it off.
No.
Well, I'll let Cousin Chad handle it.
Thank you very much. Maybe somebody can unmute me.
Hello, Rocky.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
All right. Thank you, guys.
I got this.
I was.
Hey, Rocky. Go ahead.
I was listening very closely. I found out that Monica got a brand new piece of equipment that's just like new. It's her old equipment, but it's been re-energized and it's just like new. It's reconditioned.
Mm-hmm.
But that ain't new. That's false advertising.
I mean, well, I will say this from a guy's perspective. If the gentleman that she chooses to have an encounter with next time, it will be new to him. or I'm being very presumptuous here, or female.
No. Nope.
He like, I don't want to assume facts not in evidence.
I don't even know what to say right now.
She's all about the men.
I was just being courteous to all available orientations.
I was just going to say, does this look like?
No, there's no way to tell.
What does it look like?
Strictly, as they say, strictly dickly. That's, you know what I mean? Come on, the sausage is happening over here.
All right.
Do I look straight? You know, who knows?
Let me see. Let me analyze.
I'm gonna say yes for 1,000, Rocky, because Keisha does not any damn surprise.
Absolutely straight, but I mean,
I know what you mean. There's no look for it. There's no look for it. Okay, so I went on this quest to try to figure out when that whole phrase of making love came into play. Cause I'm like, that's some shit somebody made up. You know, y'all know my feelings about it being romanticized, right? but I was trying to figure out where the hell it came from, right? And so what I found out in my research was that back in the 1950s, likely story, right? Back in the 1950s, there was this book, and then there was this movie, and those were where the term making love originated from. I gotta find the name of the book. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but that where the term making love came from, and it just kind of caught on and became a part of common vernacular in the way that they refer to having sex, right? It was another way of them saying it without saying it, because remember in the 50s everything was real, oh no, remember Lucy and Ricky were sleeping in separate twin beds in a damn bedroom, but somehow she was knocked up, right? So and they never said the word pregnant. If you ever remember, in the 50s, they never said the word pregnant. So they used that term, and that's where it came from. And people just bought into it and started saying that. And it don't have nothing to do with sex. It was a euphemism. And now people will argue you down that it's making love. And it's having sex. It's just.
Let me say something, Kiki. Go ahead, Monica.
No, you can go.
No. This is what I will say, and this is from my perspective. As long as it's hot, wet, sweaty, you can call it whatever you want to call it. That's how I feel about it.
Go ahead.
I think when people are saying that they are making love, as opposed to just doing it hard, put it that way, I think it's the feeling behind it and the emotions. It's the emotions, because okay, I'll play devil's advocate. Okay, that's what we're on. Making love, to me, when I say I'm making love, it's the emotion that's behind it. It's not a fast. You take your time with it. Your mind, you get your mind all into it. It's a feeling that you have when you're with this person, and it just is like, oh. And then there's times you just say, look, I ain't got time for all that. I just need to be hit it from the front to the back and up, down, and I need to be hit hard. That's just, it's just.
But it's still sex.
Okay, it's sex, but it's the emotion behind it. That's why people label it. You label it.
But the context in which it was originally generated wasn't about emotion. It was another way to refer to
intercourse. It was actually called intercourse.
No, I'm talking about the phrase making love when it was created.
Right, but I'm saying
it was not about an emotion. It was about the act. And somehow somebody decided to romanticize it and make it into something else. It's a big emotional thing.
No, but when, okay, so, all right, here we go, telling age again. So when it went back when in the coon age, when it was like making love, that's what it was. It was emotion. At a younger, it was emotion. I want to make love to you. I have this feeling. I just want to evolve around it. And if they wanted to just have sex, it was just like, look, I just want to do you. I don't want no feelings behind it. I want nothing. I just want to do you. Other than that, I want to make love to you. I want to make love to you. I want to give you everything that I have inside of me. Because put it this way, if you have a one-night stand, okay? Okay. All right, I get you. Still sex. Still sex.
Okay, if I have a one-night stand.
If you have a one-night stand, okay, are you putting emotion behind that?
In some cases, yes.
What emotion is what emotion are you putting behind it? To get in and get out? You're not putting a love motion behind it. You're not.
You said emotion.
I said, what kind of emotion are you putting behind it?
Excitement. Excitement. There could be exuberance. I can come up with all these colorful words, but there anxiety in some cases. There are emotions and things that happen, not only physiologically, but also just to your psyche around when you engage with a woman. So here's my deal. When two people are together and they're having sex, there are real physiological changes in the body that are happening, and there are emotional things that are happening. I don't care what kind of sex it is. There are things that are happening to the both. Not to mention my little kooky theory of how you leave a little bit of yourself with a person when you share that kind of intimacy with one another.
You know,
I'm not gonna say.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish your thought. Finish your thought.
No, I'm just saying. Again, I believe that you leave or deposit or share a piece of yourself with that person, and they carry that energy with them for an undetermined amount of time.
Well, I mean, I agree. Anytime you actually have any kind of, there's always an exchange of energy with people. People leave residual energy with you all the time. So I don't disagree with that. However, you know, the fluff is what I'm talking about. You know, if you have an emotional attachment to somebody, you have an emotional attachment to them, and you have sex with them, you still have the sex with them, emotion or not, right? The whole fluff of that whole romanticizing things is where I take issue. And a lot of times people get it twisted. That's how a lot of people get in situations where their feelings are hurt because they have some random ass thought about some fairy tale that somebody done fed them with all these fluffy ass words. It doesn't matter if I'm in love with you or not, or I take my time or not, or any of that other stuff. It's still just, at the end of the day, it's still sex. Go ahead, Rock.
No, and I was just gonna say, I look at the term making love like this. It's a fancy marketing term that you can connect a lot of different things to the act of sex. You know what I mean? You can, if you say sex, right, without being kind of vulgar and crass, it's hard to connect the whole picture and imagery.
Oh, damn, Rocky. He was getting good to it, wasn't he? He just.
I apologize. I mean, I just got an error and it cut out. I apologize.
Okay, come on. The imagery.
No, yeah. And so you can connect all this imagery with the term that making love, even to the point to where you can connect it to a vacation, a date, a dinner, a walk in the park. And you know what I mean? You can connect all these things into making love that may not be as connectable to the act of sex. And I think it's a marketing ploy to get more than just the act involved in with two people, you know.
It's rough.
I hope I'm clear about what I'm saying. I mean, it's just another way to say, yeah, you can make love, but there's a lot of buildup that goes along with it, and even they've attached things to after making love to show that you may appreciate or you honor or you feel special about it, you know. Even like that callback. Everybody wants that callback, but the callback really isn't a sign of whether it was good or bad or anything. The callback is just a function of whether a person wants to call you or not.
Right. I think a lot of people get in their feelings or, you know, get upset or get it misconstrued by using all this colorful language when just call it what it is. You know what I mean? Just call it what it is.
But you got to understand, you guys teach us, our mothers teach us, our teachers teach us that you guys don't necessarily want to hear the low down dirty from us. I know that that's not true, but that's what we were taught. That's what I was taught growing up, that you guys do not want to hear bend it over, give it to me, you know, all that kind of stuff that I've said over the years that have gotten a positive feedback from. We're not taught.
I'm sorry, that was funny. Things that you've said over the years that got positive feedback from. Hilarious.
I mean, but we're not taught as men that those are things that we are to say to you guys if you are going to respect a woman, if you're going to honor her, if you're going to show her that she's appreciated and that she's of value. You don't go up, you don't address your woman, the woman that you love and care about, and say, hey, I want to F you, or I want to sex you up. You know, that's not something that we're taught to do. That's something that me and that other woman kind of go into
And that's unfortunate.
Without-
It's unfortunate that we're taught early on to be dishonest in our relationships.
Well, I think it has a dual meaning, Kiki. I don't think you're being dishonest. I think you can use the word making love as a euphemism for sex. However, that does not, anybody with good sense knows that making love does not mean that you can make somebody love you through the act of having sex.
No, I don't think that you could make somebody love you by just doing that. I don't think that's possible.
What
I
about
was trying.
you, Monica?
Mo,
I'm,
he asked you a question?
I didn't hear him. I'm sorry. I can't hear him.
Okay. Just answer his question.
I didn't hear what he said. Hello?